It's Tuesday, October 28th, and we're going to have a little bit of fun today. As you can see on your screen right now, these are the ADPs of this draft class, Superflex, 12-team, PPR, preseason, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of look at this, talk about it, and then we're going to do a tier ranking, kind of a tier list redraft, how the draft would go if rookie drafts were taking place today. Because, I mean, we just finished week 8. Week 9 is underway. We're about halfway through the NFL regular season, which means we're halfway through the fantasy football season. So what a better time to take a look at this and just have some fun, because it's always fun to talk hypotheticals and where you would rank these guys right now. So I think looking at this top 8, I'd say even top 12. This is pretty consistent. Matthew Golden and Loveland were going at the 1-2 turn. Very frequently. I remember that happening in a lot of mock drafts I was doing. It happened in my draft. Loveland went 12 and Golden went 13, which is crazy. And then Egbuka went 10, and then Caleb Johnson went 11. But the big slider in ours was Judkins, who I believe went at the 9 spot. So, and that was kind of, if Judkins didn't have that stuff going on with his contract and off the field issues, I think he would have been the number 4. I think he would have slid right up here into that number 4 spot. But still, Judkins has been playing really good, and he resolved it. So he definitely could, if he was taken in that spot and you believed in him and you believed that things were going to resolve, I think you could justify that pick. But the 6, I'm not going to argue with that. But also, I think at the time when most drafts were happening, he was falling a little bit. And even as it got closer to week 1, like, he was continuing to fall, but until they got it done and until he was on the field, you just couldn't. There's not much you could do. So, yeah, Warren, who's been great, Cam Ward, who's been Cam Ward, and this was never gonna be a quarterback-heavy draft class. It was like Ward was your first guy, and then it was how long are you waiting for Jackson Dart in the second? Yeah, at the 2-5. So, yeah, this is really, really accurate from what I'm seeing, and I like it. Luther Burden at 2-4, Higgins at 2-3, yep. And Devin Neal at the 7. Yeah, and Krosky Merritt at the 4-5. Let's see. Gadsden at the 5-3. Love to see it. Jalen Lane at the 5-6. 5-12 for DK. And Isaiah Bond, 6-3. Let's see if there's anybody else interesting on here. If you're drafting kickers in Dynasty, you're playing it wrong. Kickers should not be a thing in Dynasty, especially Superflex. Didn't think I was going to find anything down there. Was just making sure. But, yeah. We got Ollie Gordon, Harold Fannin, 2 guys who have been playing pretty well. Beating expectations, I would say. Shador and Dylan Sampson here, right at the beginning of the 3rd round. Jaden Blue. I don't think anybody was expecting Jackson Dart to play this quick and to play this well this quick. So 2-5 for him is a great steal. He's kind of like the Penix of last year. Yeah, in my league, the same guy who got Penix also got Jackson Dart. So he hit on back-to-back second rounders with quarterbacks, and he completely revamped his QB room. So here's the ADP preseason, right? And let's jump in. I've got a tier list here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do my rankings, where I would rank these guys. I've got my S tier, and it'll be like a draft, but I'll also be tiering them. So I'm not going to go through everybody. I'm going to go through a good amount, and let's just have fun with it. So at number 1, nothing's changing. Ashton Genty, who's been the clear-cut number 1 guy, I think, and just like career outlook. Well, number 1 performer this season, I wouldn't say that, but longevity-wise, I think Genty is the guy that you want. So I don't think it's up for debate there. I mean, you could maybe argue for this next guy, but I still think that Genty deserves to be there. At number 2, we've got Emeka Egbuka, who has absolutely flourished in the Baker Mayfield offense and having Baker throwing the ball. And I mean, like, the main worry was like, wow, like, they've got a lot of weapons over there. Is he going to get the chance? Yeah, he's going to get the chance. He's proven himself. And Godwin and Evans are aging and injury prone, so I think that we shouldn't expect too much. I think that Egbuka is like, he's pretty much secured the number 1 role moving forward. So that's where we've got Egbuka, and here's where things start to get a little bit trickier. Not very tricky, but a little bit trickier. Those ones are the two easy ones. So now let's jump into it. Let's really evaluate here. So I might be moving things around as we go, but let's get right to it. I'm looking for a guy right here. Where is he? Hampton. There he is. I'm going to put Hampton in A tier. I don't think he's on the level with these guys right now, but still he's been producing when he's been on the field. He's suffered a couple injuries, a couple setbacks. Hopefully he's back real soon, but otherwise I think he's got a very bright future. I think he's an elite Dynasty asset to own. So that's where I'm going to put him right now. We're going to just keep things moving along, and we'll keep discussing as we go. I'm going to put Scadaboo on the same tier with Hampton. He's been balling out when he's gotten the opportunity. He's great. Of course, he just suffered that heartbreaking injury, which sucks to see, but I think he'll be back. And I think he'll be back. And I think he'll be producing once again at a high level. Tyler Warren and Tetaroa McMillan right here. I think Tetaroa, McMillan, and Scadaboo are pretty interchangeable right now. And then Tyler Warren here. Also in this tier, I'm going to put Quinshon Judkins. I think these guys all right here. If you got any of these guys right now in Dynasty on your rookie squad, you're pretty happy. So that's where I'm setting these guys right here, and right on the edge. I don't know if I want to count him in that tier, but right on the edge is Jackson Dart. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. I think he's going to be like the top of the B tier. But Jackson Dart has been playing great as well. Excuse me. And he's a guy that you're happy if you own him right now in Dynasty football. And moving on, let's see. Fannin. I feel like Fannin could definitely be B or C tier. We'll keep him in C tier right now just to start. But potentially we'll move him soon. I'll keep Loveland in C tier too. Like value-wise, like if this was going off of like biggest steals, like compared to where they are, like Fannin, value-wise, I don't think you're getting much more from a value perspective. So there's Fannin right there. Let's see, I'm going to put Ollie Gordon in that tier, and I'm going to put Gadsden in the B tier. Put RJ Harvey in the B tier. Let's see, I'm going to put Devin Neal in the D tier just off potential. So I think he's got a lot of potential. Luther Burden up there. Haven't seen much out of him yet. Is Shamire on here? I would put Shamire in C tier. But I don't think he's here. So we'll leave that. Caleb Johnson, if there were an F tier based off of performance so far, he'd be there. But we're not hating on guys. It's just he's just been dealt a bad hand. I feel like Cam Ward, he's got to be back, and he's behind. I don't know. Should he be behind Dart or equal with Dart? It's a great question. Let's check the scoring list. Let's see who's got more points. Tell me that. I know Ward's played more games. Let's see. Am I missing? Am I not seeing him? You guys are probably looking at it like, wow, is this guy not seeing him? Ward, right here. He's got 66 fantasy points on the season, as Jackson Dart has 106. Yes, dealing with a fired coach. Yes, dealing with a much, much more inferior offense, but 274 pass attempts, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions to Jackson Dart's 8-3. And what are their averages looking like? Let's see, back to Ward. Ward averaging 8.3 points and Jackson Dart averaging 15. Yeah, no, I was leaning that way. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to make a baseless claim. So I think we might even drop Ward down to the start of the C tier and leave it like that. So, okay. I'm going to just check myself right now. And I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of staying on track. If I had the first pick, yes, I'd go Genty. Then I'd go Egbuka. Then I'd go Hampton, McMillan, Scadaboo, Warren, Judkins. Only guy I'm leaving out, I feel like, is the guy from the Jaguars. Where is he? Travis Hunter. I feel like put him right. I'd put Scadaboo. Or I'd put him on this tier, but I'd put him at the end. I'd put him before Dart, Gadsden, and Harvey. Just because like his potential is through the roof. Like if he were 100% like fully committed to receiver, he'd be an elite receiver. But like the situation has been with him the entire time, you don't know if that's going to be his thing. You know, you don't know if he's going to be doing more defense or not. And the question mark is what knocks him down. So we're going to leave him there. Matthew Golden. Let's see. I would not be motivated to take him at all. I'm going to keep him there. Let's keep looking if there's anybody else we want to throw up there before we really start moving things around a little bit more, potentially. Woody Marks. I'll leave him in that D tier there. Travion, how did I miss him? Travion's like right up there with these guys, in my opinion, yeah. Man, the more I look at this, the more I want to move Dart up. Jarkus Hunter. No. Nope. Okay. What I have right now, I'm just making sure I'm not missing any guys because it's very, very easy to miss guys. And yeah, okay. So back to it. Okay, let's reorder this list. These are the guys that I like right now. Me being a Kansas fan, Devin Neal, he's going to be on my board always. So here's what I like right now. Yes, Genty, Egbuka, feel like are your clear-cut top two. Any of these guys, I think you might have to make it another tier or demote some of these dudes. Because I feel like, no, there isn't. There isn't a split. I was gonna say I think there could be a split, but I don't think so. I think I'm gonna move Judkins in front of Henderson. And I think I like this right where it is. You could maybe make the argument for Judkins in front of Scadaboo because of the injury, but not me. I still think Judkins is an incredible bell cow back, and we've seen great things from him, and we've seen great things for Scadaboo. I'd say they're equal right now. These two are the same. Half step down, you got you guys like Henderson, Warren, Travis Hunter. Go down a tier. Jackson Dart, your first quarterback off the board. Oronde Gadsden Jr. For the Chargers, who's been balling out. RJ Harvey just had that 3 touchdown performance. He's been playing great. He's going to keep stepping into a bigger role. And that's the thing with running backs is they take a little while to develop. So that's like, yeah, Caleb Johnson, who's been downright terrible, hasn't gotten much chance. But I think that he's going to be a good running back in the NFL. It's just a matter of time. Luther Burden, once some contracts and things move around, I think he's going to be a good player too. Colson Loveland, it's kind of tough. It's still early, still adjusting. Everybody in that Chicago, on that Chicago team is adjusting to the Ben Johnson scheme. Colson Loveland's learning it for the first time, but it can't be too much different than the type of stuff he was running at Michigan, just from a pro perspective, like they were going to run a pro offense there. But yeah, I think this is pretty accurate to how, if I were drafting, the board would probably fall. I mean, you could maybe make the argument for Johnson up based on potential, but currently I'm pretty comfortable with this. Maybe Harvey like that. And yeah, I'm just looking down here now and just going to make sure I didn't miss anybody, but I don't think there's really anybody of note that needs to be up there that already isn't. Maybe ETN, but it's besides the point. Yeah, I like this. I think this is pretty fair right now after week 8. And of course, we're going to keep things moving, and we'll probably update this list later in the year because, I mean, this is only a week 8 list. These are, if I was redrafting right now at this moment, this is what I would probably do. But yeah, I'm really liking this rookie class. I was very surprised. I was thinking like last year's year was like the one with like Brock, Marv. You had all those quarterbacks. You had Caleb, Jaden. That was an incredible class, and I was like, oh, it's never going to be topped. But this class is shaping out to be really good, really, really intriguing, really fun. A lot of fun guys. That's like the best way to put it. Just fun. Like, you got Scadaboo, Fannin, Gadsden, Warren, Hunt. Like, they're just fun. So that's what I'm going to remember to say about this class. It was a fun class. So those are my rankings currently. But let's compare them to the community consensus. Let's see how far off am I from the community consensus. So at number 1, they've got Igbokwe. I might split screen this actually, so we can see both of them. So then we don't have to be going back and forth the whole time. No, not that one. We'll cut that. And then, okay. So at number 1, they've got Igbokwe. I had Genty. And when I say they, I mean we, the community rankings on Keep Trade Cut, which is a phenomenal database. I love this so much. They have Igbokwe number 1. I've got Genty. Oh, well. They've got Warren pretty high. Warren's tight end 3. And I could definitely see that, but also I'm considering not tight end premium. And I don't know if that influenced these decisions or not, but that's just me. So they've got Warren at 3 in the tier 2. So here's the one thing I got right. Tier 1 is only 2 guys. Tier 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they had 5. I had 7. So let's see how I did there. They've got Tyler Warren at the 3 spot. I got Hampton, then McMillan, so 2 off there. Then they've got Judkins, Dart, Scadaboo. Yeah, I could definitely see Dart. I was thinking about it. To round out tier 2. And the guys that they didn't have in tier 2 would be Henderson and Travis Hunter and Scadaboo. So those 3 are out. And I wonder, let's see, 30-day, 30-day, what is that? 30-day, I think that's like 30-day movement. But Scadaboo, it's looking like, has gone up 3 spots, and it's looking like Travis Hunter's up. Henderson's down, and Gadsden, our guy, is up 31 spots. Thank goodness I put him in that B tier. I mean, what the results on the field are speaking for themselves. At the 12 spot, they've got Cam Ward, kind of right where we had him. Harvey, I think I was a bit high on Harvey. That is one I was like, there's no way I should have Harvey right next to Jackson Dart. There's a disconnect there. So that's one way. Oh, and not even in the tier list because he was completely. This was made before the NFL season. Is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, and I would put him right here with these guys. So I feel like this is pretty accurate. Matthew Golden is a bit higher than where I'd have him. I'd actually, now on second thought, yeah, I'd probably have him in front of Fannin because he's got a route to the number 1 receiver role in Green Bay. So that alone gives him a lot of potential. Loveland, they've got a tight end 10. Burden, they've got right there. Caleb Johnson down at 36, and at this point it's pretty much a toss up. So, but we've seen some good movement from Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin. I was talking about this tight end class. I posted a short on it yesterday. Actually, this tight end class is special. I mean, look at these guys. You've got 7 guys in the top 25. Terrence Ferguson. I mean, that's a shocker, honestly. I did not expect to see him, but like you've got Arroyo, Taylor, and then these are like my big 4. Like I really had high hopes for these guys, and I don't even know if you want to classify Fannin as a tight end, but he's being used the right way. Couldn't have gone to a better spot. And Stefanski, great offensive mind, is using him the right way. So we got Bobby and John here in the middle. So great appearance from them this video. But yeah, it was fun. I thought it was going to be fun to see what my rankings are and then kind of compare them to the community consensus. So that's all I got for today. And we'll have a video out Thursday or Friday. So thanks for watching.